Good morning, Las Vegas, and a happy Monday to you. You are tuning into another segment of In the Studio with Social Media Show. Today's guest is local stylist Valerie Mack.
Hey.
How you doing, girlie?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for coming in. I hope you had a fun and productive weekend.
Absolutely. As you know.
Or should we say week?
Yes,
It's
exactly.
been crazy, folks, but we'll get to that in due time.
Yes.
So, Valerie, for those who don't know you, what all do you do in Las Vegas, and how did you come here? How did you end up in Las Vegas?
Okay, that's going to take like an hour to tell that whole entire story.
Condense.
So let's condense. Let's start. As far as us being here in Vegas, so I had a very successful business there, and it was just coming to a point where I had a lot of health issues, and we were like, we only live once, so
YOLO.
Yeah, exactly. YOLO. I have always wanted to be in the fashion industry. I have a degree in fashion and business, and we were like, we're just going to step out on faith, and we ended up here in Vegas. Ideally, Vegas wasn't like the first choice, but we were like, that's where we ended up. We've been here for 3.5 years. I ended up selling that business there, so we have evolved it into starting with our Potiki 2 stores, is what we started here in Vegas, and we love it here. We have met so many great people, and we're evolving into like this bigger thing, which I'm assuming we'll get to here in a little bit.
Oh, yes. We have a lot to talk about. Well, I know Potiki 2 is definitely it's your storefront. It's something that you use in order to make a living out here in Las Vegas. When did you start Potiki 2?
So when I was exploring different options here in Vegas, I was still going back to the Midwest where we're from for about the first 2 years that we were here. So I was like settling on training the new person that was purchasing my business back there and kind of starting what we were going to start out here. So I was like running myself ragged going back and forth. But we started Potiki 2 as we bring the boutique to you. So we were going into schools, doing teacher appreciation days. We were going into corporate businesses and setting up little, small boutiques for people to shop on their lunch hour. We always tied it in with a charity as well. We would go and do in-home parties like Wild Girls Night Outs and dress them all up and style them for them to go out, like whether it was a bachelorette party or just, a fun girls' night out. And then that evolved into our little storefront on Durango and Spring Mountain. And we just kind of ran, obviously, that name together, Potiki 2, since we brought the boutique to you.
So I also understand that you are the founder of Fashion Mob LV. How did you start Fashion Mob? And I know that it's a function that helps promote models not only to business owners and designers and makeup artists and hairstylists to get networking qualities, but it also helps models get paying gigs as well.
Exactly.
How does that work?
Well, the Fashion Mob is kind of evolving into its own beast right now. It's just naturally evolving. And how we started that is that when I first started my Potiki 2 store, I was looking at how am I going to advertise this, and I could make a coupon and send it in the mail to like the local neighborhood. So I decided, and it's funny because you interviewed Yolanda before, and that's how I started, was into networking groups with Danny Vegas and her and Yvette Brown, and so I just started going to all these network groups and passing out cards and talking to people and marketing myself because I just like to be around people anyway, so it's just natural for me to do that. And we started doing a lot of fashion shows. That was how we were advertising and marketing our store. So as we're doing these fashion shows, of course, you need the whole integral group of people. You need the models, you need the hair, you need the makeup, and, we provided the clothing. So as I'm meeting these different people, we built this core group of all of those parts that make the one body of a fashion show.
Right.
And we're like, okay, we all have our own separate entities of businesses that we're trying to promote, but we have created this group or this team. And if we're going to continue with this team, we need to come up with a name.
Okay.
So we kind of threw around a couple different names, and I'm like, all right, I really want it to be like Las Vegas Mobville, kind of a mafia feel, but we're going to make it an oxymoron and make it like a positive thing in the community. So hence the Fashion Mob is what we came up with, and our tagline is enforcing positive corruption.
Right.
which Charity, Faith, and I came up with together.
Another person who's been on this show one too many times.
Yes, exactly.
For good reasons.
So what the Fashion Mob has evolved into now is we've grown into now where we hold our own monthly event. So it's kind of a networking / production in the fashion industry. So we bring in everybody and spotlight people in the fashion industry, from models, hair, makeup. We also throw in like some entertainment. We do photography, and of course designers or stylists. So we make it this whole interactive production. You were in our show.
I sure was.
Or you've been in both shows.
Well, I have been in both. I was a host for one, the one at Rock Vault, and then I was also a spotlighted model. It was a blast. I had so much fun, and I had no idea you had an actual card that had my name on it. That surprised me, because I just thought I was gonna go up there. She's gonna do what she did, and then I just walk. Yeah. No, and then she walks out with a huge Asian jet. I'm like, oh my god, yes. I'm an artist.
Yes, you are a spotlight artist, definitely model artistry in that show.
And I love that. I love that models are getting recognition in your show, because they do. I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand the work that we put in behind closed doors. Like, we're constantly going through fittings. We're constantly trying to make sure the garment doesn't ride up on us, or that our walk is perfect in the outfit that we're wearing. We can't sway our hips too much. I mean, it's so technical. It's silly.
Having a dress pinned to you, literally.
Right, literally. Yeah, one of our girls had that, and she was just like, I can't move, but I look great. Right. It's just fantastic. I love it. I love the concept, and I love the fact that you're giving back to the people who do work behind closed doors. You know, the hairstylists and the makeup artists and the models. The designers are always on the forefront. Why? Because they're being shown in the fashion show. But the people behind the scenes are never usually given the credit until afterwards. And you do it throughout the show, and I like that a lot.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's the whole concept and purpose of the Fashion Mob, is to spotlight those behind the scenes, integral, very important parts of everything that we do, and giving them the recognition. And then, of course, we use social media to, advertise them and put them out there in the public. We invite a lot of media to our events so they can be in, write-ups of newspapers or magazines, and ultimately help them get jobs.
Right. Recognition. I mean, it's like that ice cream parlor shop, like the girl that's sitting there, and they're like, you were in the Las Vegas Weekly at the Fashion Mob event. Right. Like, I mean, things like that, that's serendipitous for us as models and for entrepreneurs in general. I mean, those type of occurrences happen because of events like these. And it just gives us, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I will always encourage people to go to Fashion Mob LV, especially if you're a model, and especially if you're an up-and-coming makeup artist or hairstylist or designer. So where can the people find you with all of your handles? I mean, I know you're all over. You're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
We are Potiki2LV and all of those things, and Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We use Facebook. Actually, we use them all quite frequently. Facebook is like kind of my new email. It's like when you were saying
they have email.
I know. I
just found that out.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I communicate with everybody, is through Facebook and Instagram. But then we have the Fashion Mob LV, which is the same handle and all of those things across the board. So we have those two things. Potiki 2 does have a website. It's just potiki2.com. That started as our national website, and we're starting to gear that more towards Las Vegas, because we do plan on growing into other cities as well. But there is an e-commerce site, so you can buy or purchase fun fashion on that website as well.
Fun. Well, thank you again for coming in, Valerie.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. Any last shout outs?
Oh, wow. I have shout outs to all kinds of people.
Top 3, go.
Well, I would just say just come in and, check us out at Potiki 2. That's a great place to start with us, because we have great, unique fashion for women of all sizes. We even have plus sizes there, and pretty much all ages, too.
Yeah.
So I'd say just start there, and, we'll fit people into where they need to be in our little fashion networking group.
I love it. Well, thank you again, Valerie. I can't wait for the next event, hopefully hosting or walking. Either way, I'm happy as long as I'm doing something.
We love you.
I love you guys. Thanks again, Valerie.
All right. Thanks, Asia.